this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA 2K.
And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubats in at center. And for Dallas, they've got Curry. He's out there with Luka Doncic. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in a power forward position. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs. Right. So, you know, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make
they're
that
the
your
fourth
playoff.
seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
And here are the Mavericks now. After the basket by Los Angeles. Drops in the tray.
It's clear that Doncic has the touch from three-point land. Now he just needs the consistency.
George against Curry. Morris outside. Back to George. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Porzingis. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Curry finds Porzingis. Curry on the wing. Here's Finney-Smith. He had 15 points last outing. For 3. A shot off that time. And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. And that one's good. George.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Curry passes to Porzingis. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's George finishing it off.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
Outside Curry. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's Curry. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Curry. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Green's checked in. Here's Kleber. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And they pick up 2.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
And George gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's the Clippers. They've got an 8-0 run. Leonard with no one around. And the 3 ball is good. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and game is fully in their control.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's a whistle. He did not want to hear his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Right, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Clippers also changing it up. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. It's Williams with the drive. Hardaway against Leonard. Passes it to Shamet. Off target with his three. Last outing for the Clippers. They won that game against the Warriors. Out left to the wing. A wide open look here for Wright. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Barea comes in for Hardaway. And Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. And the Clippers with a change here too. Jackson, he's checked in for Morris. He was all alone on that one. That's now 8 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Right wing. Over to the left wing. Kleba kicks to Burke. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the start.
And so it's Los Angeles, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's...
My inspiration really came from my mother, her dealing with stroke.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
Recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
J.J. Barea is out there with Burke. Then there's Marjanovic. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Kleba in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Williams. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And there's the pass to Burke. Takes a three. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Maxi Kleba. And Curry subbed in for J.J. Barea. And then for Los Angeles, Paul George, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. Right side. From deep. And that one's good. Burke's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Here's George. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Saturday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town. And then on Monday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
So many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Green left side. Over in the corner, Beverly shoots over Curry, and it's Beverly missing, and JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 1:15 left in the first half. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Stolen by Beverly.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
The drive by Green. Pass to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Curry on the wing. 24 seconds left here in the second. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis to the middle. Out to Doncic. And he's good on the 3-ball. Doncic has got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the man. And here's Leonard. 23 points for him the last game against Golden State. Up in time. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that concludes the first half. Clipper. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what do you think? That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
Leonard the bounce pass. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
And Morris drops them both. And so here is Dallas. 6-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Curry kicks to Doncic. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Clippers, Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Pass to Finney-Smith. Curry outside. Hits it from 3-point range.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
The kick out to Williams. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Well, during his career, Lou Williams has been a decent threat from the three-point line, around 35%. Good at stretching out the court.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Curry. On the wing, Morris. Shamet the pass to Morris. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. DeLon Wright comes in for Curry. And Trey Burke subbed in for Hardaway. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. 5 on the clock. Here's Williams. Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
And, well, when you let the shot clock run down that far, that's the kind of shot you're going to end up with.
He gets that one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Burke dishes to Doncic. Porzingis with the ball. He has 5. And Wright kicks to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Here's Jackson. And he lays it straight in. He's got 6.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
Here's Burke. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. On the wing, Doncic. Kicks it to Wright. Passes to Burke. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. On the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic. Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Burke.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
From deep, Barea. No good on the shot. And the Clippers will come the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Burke, the pass to Marjanovic. 1:10 left to play in the third. To the left side wing. Barea with a wide open look. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got his 3rd assist on the night. Williams with a clean look. The offensive rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Wright looking around. The dish now to Burke. Down low. It's stolen by Green. And now here comes Williams leading the break. He feeds it to Green. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. And Wright kicks to Kleber. To the paint. Here's Marjanovic from down in the low post. It goes. Marjanovic has got his first points in this one. Outside Jackson. Puts up a 3. Nailed from 3-point land.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Clippers lead by 4. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Seth Curry is out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Porzingis kicks to Kleba. And it's sent back by Leonard. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Here's Finney-Smith, just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Finney-Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And it's George missing.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for the Mavericks. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They trail by 3. Curry kicks to Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hardaway from outside gets the three-pointer to fall. Hardaway's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Williams passes to George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Curry on the wing. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas on defense. A 2-point game. George with no one around. And the Clippers miss again. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. The pass to Porzingis. And Curry has it in the corner. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's George. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. Doncic outside. Curry kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Curry. 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. From deep three-point range, another 3 for Dallas. LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Beverly. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Pass to Curry. Here's Finney-Smith. Deflects the pass, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
A split second late, but almost came up with the steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Curry kicks to Doncic. Just 4 to shoot to take the lead. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Right side, Leonard. Back to George. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. It's George on the wing. Over Hardaway. That's good for George on the assist by Morris. 18 points for George.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Left side, Curry. This is it to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Back to Beverly. Beyond the arc. Frames it from downtown.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
George passes to Beverly. High post, Zubats. And the wide open shot from Morris. Trifecta!
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really...
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg.
2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
Nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains. We are nearly ready. Well, the Nuggets lucky to have him. Thanks, David. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
Here we go. And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Craig in at the two. You see these two teams dealing with injuries right now, Steve. How much do you think that's going to change things tonight here?
I think it's going to change a lot. I think the style of play, you'll see more guys off the bench get more minutes. And I think it's going to come down to if they can control the pace and also if they can make shots, some of these other guys.
Leonard, no luck. Morris against Millsap, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And a wide open look for Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
Shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper.
Now, here's Zubac. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Left side, George. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
And finished off by Porter.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Inside, here's Craig. And the layup's good off the glass.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
With the floater, George with the bucket.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Millsap kicks to Murray. To the paint, stolen by Zubac. Morris inside, and it's denied. Outside Millsap. Pass to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Now Murray, defended by Beverley. Shot clock at 6. Jokic passes to Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years. No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Here's Leonard. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Now, here is George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
The Clippers trail. Down low, Porter with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Jokic is running. Here's Craig, defended by George. Craig passes to Millsap. Here's Leonard, and it's all evened up. Leonard's got 5 now.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Here's Jokic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Dozier. 3-pointer. The putback. Grant kicks the ball. Now the pass to Dozier. But they'll get another chance. Jokic draws the double. And the officials call a traveling violation. Here's Jackson. He had 16 points in the win against Golden State. With 4 seconds on the clock, again, Los Angeles.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of...
Oh, he got it to go!
I can't believe it!
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
I didn't think that shot had any chance of going in. Just shows you that anything can happen in this game.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Denver on top. They lead by 1. From the Pepsi Center.
Basketball, like passion, love.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
They've got Jeremy Grant, also Bull out there. Plumlee out there with Morris, and it's Dozier in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And Bull wide open. He shoots. And Plumlee kicks to Morris. Pass to Grant. That's tipped. Leonard with the steal. Jackson with the bounce pass. It's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Morris passes to Plumlee. Back to Morris. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And another miss by Denver. Clippers leading by 5. Leonard kicks to Williams from the arc. And Bull pulls it down.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
That shot wide open.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Morris looking over the floor. Here's Plumlee. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Porter's checked in for Bull. And Murray subbed in for Monte Morris. Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Daniel from outside. The shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Here's Jackson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Jackson's got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you begin to compromise spacing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
It's stolen by Morris. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Porter. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
How about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
For the Nuggets, Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. And Paul Millsap subbed in for Jeremy Grant. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Jackson.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Outside, Porter launches a three. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter. Nothing since.
Beverley, the pass to George. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first foul. Substitution for Nuggets.
Here's Shamet. Over in the corner, Beverley. Zubac trying to break loose. Stolen by Zubac. Ball stolen. Knocks it loose. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Dozier passes to Millsap. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his teams.
Pass to Shamet. Now, here's George. He's covered closely. Here's Zubac. Clock at 4. Morris, no good.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Here's Millsap. And Jokic throws it down hard.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's Zubac. Good on the shot. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers lead by. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back from a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. They battled hard. And that's going to do it for us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. very sparing with his turnovers.
Yep, that one goes in there.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Murray outside, and George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all three levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Passes it to George. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the baseline. Nice jump shot. Good. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
For the Nuggets, Cole comes in for Michael Porter. And Morris subbed in for Torrey Craig. And then for Los Angeles, JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Williams comes in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Jackson against Murray. Jackson misses.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Floats it up for Murray. Outside for Millsap. Here's Bull. Here's Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jokic has got 9 points.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
On the wing, Morris. Back to Williams. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Bull. Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Nuggets. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Plumlee, he's checked in for Denver. Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Shamet's checked in. Morris dishes the Bull. Leonard with the steal. It's tipped. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. When you look at the luxury tax structure, Smitty, it's now more expensive than ever to maintain a championship contending roster.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's a choice of a lot of these organizations. Some owners they want to do it, some don't. But I think if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to open up your checkbook.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Morris kicks to Plumlee. On the wing, Daniels. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. The pass to Plumlee. He dishes it to Morris. Got a piece of it. Denver needs to get off his shot. But they get it back. Here's Dozier. And it's off from 3-point range. Los Angeles leading by 3. Bounce pass from Shamet. Outside Jackson. On the wing, Williams. This one for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 7 points for Lou Williams.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Shamet. Outside, Green. Back to Shamet. To the middle. And is on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Porter comes in for Jeremy Grant, and it's Torrey Craig in for Monte Morris. 15 seconds left in the third. Shamet on the wing. Out left of the wing, Beverly finds Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's Porter, and he banks in the layup. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
And at the close of the third quarter, Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Raising a shot. No hesitation.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Michael Porter's out there with Jokic, and it's Dozier in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Leonard the pass to George. Leonard kicks to George. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Pass to Shamet. To the inside. 11 feet away. He squares up and sinks it. Leonard's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Los Angeles. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. They get the rebound. Passes it to Craig. A putback. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Clippers leading by 4. And the pass to Beverly. In the corner. Shamet with it. Leonard with the ball. Left side, George. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
And there's the foul. It's on Torrey Craig. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. Jokic with the steal. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Zubac. The Nuggets trail by 4. Outside Millsap. On the wing, Porter. Bounce pass from Beverly. And so the Clippers with another turnover. Oh, Porter in position and finished off by Porter.
He's just a natural scorer who can heat up fast. Porter's offensive game very impressive, and he's still adding to it.
George with the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 4. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Jokic kicks to Craig. Right side, Porter. Pass to Jokic. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. Zubac the pass to Morris. Millsap against Beverly. And Leonard has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Beverly controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Morris finds George. Got that bucket in no time at all. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. For Denver, they've gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Stolen by George.
And just a loss of concentration there. And they're going to pay for it with the over and back.
When you're thinking about the next play, rather than being in the moment, these kinds of mistakes happen.
Nobody near Leonard. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And it's Murray penetrating. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about the strength of Murray finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Beverly, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
A really good second-round pick out of Arkansas. Beverly fits perfectly in that 3-and-D role.
Here's Murray. Lays it up off the glass. Murray's got 5 points now this quarter.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Five on the clock. Here's George. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Beverly for 3. And George kicks to Leonard. That one's not going to go. And the Nuggets going the other way. The 3. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world-class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Out to Morris. Leonard attacking in the corner. George with it. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. This is a close game, as you know, but he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
And they're looking to tie it up, live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Craig, and it falls. So we see Denver get the win here, probably a little closer than they would have liked it.
Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
We bring you tonight into Portland. And David Aldridge.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the...
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, going back to his college days, this is one of Leonard's favorite moves, the simple pull-up off the dribble.
Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Lillard from outside. That fall. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Yeah, I think the scouting report says you got to chase him off the three-point line. Not a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
Leonard with the bucket.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Lillard outside. He dishes it to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. It's hauled in by Zubats. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That's his first foul. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Down low. Shamet, the pass to Beverly.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the athleticism to play lockdown deep. Well, due for a miss after 4 of 5 to begin this one. Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
From outside the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ray, you talked about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players. Bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. A chance to check out the shooting guards across the NBA that have averaged the highest number of assists over the last month. 5th best, C.J. McCollum.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it truly is. You need to have scoring from that off-guard position, but with the way the point guards score nowadays, a ball mover is certainly an asset. And with the way those guys spread the ball around, that's what you get.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation for the Trailblazers. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And then for the Clippers, Green, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Leonard on the wing. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Simons. A three. Unable to get that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Portland shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in, and he's good on the second. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. 6-point game. Here's Morris, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He kicks to Little. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. A nice shot by Simons. Green taking his time here. Jackson from long range. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. The Clippers on top, up 6. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's...
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's George in at the 3 spot. Jackson in the corner. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Whiteside. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Whiteside's got his first points of the night.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Here's Jackson, and Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Little. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And finish off by Hazonia.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some run out.
Green kicks to Jackson. Count it. Jackson's got 4 this quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Passes it to Simons. Here's Trent. The pass to Simons. Stolen by Zubac. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Trent. And the rejection by Zubac. Simons surveying the D. No coverage that time.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
The drive by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Pass to Little, stolen by George. And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. Fires the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
And Whiteside sends it back. And they get it back. Nobody near Williams. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Hazonia. And finish off by Hazonia.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Shots good by Green.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's stolen by Green. Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
Good on the second free throw. Here is Lillard. He had 25 points last game. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Deep 2 from Anthony. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
And both free throws good for Anthony. And a close game so far through the first. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10. And that'll.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with a step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. For the ties. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard misses.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Morris, back to George. And that one off the back of the rim and in. George has got 7.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And it's Paul George with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers.
Now into the lineup.
McCollum kicks to Collins. Over in the corner, Lillard. Leonard with the steal. Here's Shamet, and he makes good on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Lillard looking around. Offline with his 3. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Count that one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Lillard. He's got 6. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Pass to Anthony. Launches it. But they'll get another chance. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. He's got 8.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Lillard outside. And then Lillard slams it in.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
And Portland making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Green's checked in. And free throw good from Lillard.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Beverley against Lillard. Oh, Morris in position and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Anthony, tipped away. Leonard with the steal. To the paint. Shamet kicks to Green. Morris inside. Covered by Anthony. Outside Leonard. Here's Morris. Excellent D there from Anthony.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still He's not one to blow layups.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And that's now 6 points for C.J. McCollum. Lillard against Beverly. Shamet on the wing. Over McCollum. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lillard outside. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's Beverly, and he gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Portland, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. First free throw is good.
Think about just how much focus Lillard has every year about his drive to be one of the best guards in the league. Whether it's recognized or not by an all-star appearance, really doesn't have an impact on how he approaches it.
He made it! He gets it to go! Wow!
Oh, and that's a monster shot to close out the 3rd. And the lead is theirs heading into the final quarter.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. So for the Clippers right now, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Lou Williams out there with Jackson, and it's Green in its center. Whiteside dishes to Lillard. Goes up again. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Cullen passes to Trent. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he recovers it. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes. But in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Zubac is checked in for Jermichael Green. Jackson gets the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
It's tipped. Williams with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Feeds it to George. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And Nurkic has it in the corner. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Oh, Leonard in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Anthony, the pass to Trent. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers leading by 6. A 3 from Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Anthony finds Nurkic. Here's Trent. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Right side Jackson. Morris outside. There's the dish to George. And a miss there on the triple.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
The Clippers keep it alive. Morris kicks to Leonard. Five on the clock. Morris outside from deep. Headshot off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And it's McCollum off the drive. Trent passes to Nurkic. To the middle. Out to Anthony. And it's McCollum in the corner. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Jackson. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Lillard way outside. Portland no good that time either. Los Angeles has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Lillard outside. Kicks it out to Collins. High post, Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And that's now 9 points for C.J. McCollum. Clippers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Now here's Beverly. Lets it go with the 3. Drills it from outside. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
Lillard against George. And here's McCollum for 3.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Beverly. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. It's George on the wing. There's the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And so Collins nails both of them.
Collins, a great high-energy player, and that's something coaches really appreciate, that players are going to come in and give them that kind of effort on a nightly basis.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
You think about how quickly it was that Kawhi Leonard just rocketed into superstardom. And as a leader of a very proud franchise, if you're a coach, he's everything you've maybe won in a player.
And it's Lillard missing. Passes it to George. Kicks it to Beverly. And the wide open shot from Morris. Gets it to fall.
And the one thing about Moore, he doesn't scare you from beyond.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg.
The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good with your appearance,
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Curry is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at the power forward. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that one is good.
And, you know, Beverley made his name with his defense. I mean, a clever player uses his quick hands to steal the rock. He also is physical and disruptive.
That's good from Doncic on the assist by Curry. Clark, you admire rebounding. You were a terrific rebounder yourself. What makes these teams so great on the glass?
Well, Kevin, a few things. One, they emphasize it. They prioritize rebounding the basketball. And then they send everybody to the glass. A lot of guys for each of these teams goes to the board, and the work ethic is outstanding.
That hustle, and you were a hustler, but I know you admire that as much as anything, don't you?
That's a big part of rebounding, hustling.
And here's George after Luka Doncic hitting the three. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Outside, Porzingis. Here's the three. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Oh, great ball movement there.
LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now the pass to Zubac, to the wing on the left. Beverley against Doncic. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss. And the Mavericks with possession. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Curry, and it's sent back by George. Beverley against Doncic. Clock at 6. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Zubac. And that one hits back iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Clippers, Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's DeLon Wright in for Seth Curry. Here's Williams, banked in off the glass. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while. Giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Now, here's Doncic. 38 points for him last game against Denver.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in, and then for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Barea comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. Jackson with it. Burke covering. Jackson down low, and that one drops for him.
And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
And it's Wright with the ball for the Mavericks. Barea looking over the floor. Here's Marjanovic out to the right wing. Here's Kleba. Good on the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Jackson kicks to Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Marquise, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Dallas leading by 3. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Barea finds Marjanovic, and there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Barea with a wide open look. Another 3 for Dallas.
And you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
Here's Shamet. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Barea, the pass to Marjanovic. Count it. It could go, and he drains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time, and it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off? And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. The Mavericks on top, up 3, and we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
They've got Morris. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Green in at the center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Barea kicks to Kleba. Here's Burke. Drills the three-pointer. Burke's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
They kick it out to Green for the 3. No good that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. The kick out to Wright. Pass to Kleba. 6 on the shot clock. Burke with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Kleba. Tries yet again. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Then for the Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Wright. And it's Seth Curry in for Trey Burke. Hand contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Curry kicks to Barea, fires from deep. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Jackson misses. Mavericks leading by 9. Barea, the pass to Kleba. Curry wide open, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's George. And the dunk by Zubac.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
To the wing right side. Kept alive. Outside for Curry. Curry with another miss. Clippers trail by 5. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George has got the ball, and he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 4 points this quarter. Look, we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, the use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. And not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Leonard with the steal. Here's Zubac. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Here's George, who's back up. Great D that time from Hardaway.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 3. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Nobody near Williams. Here's Leonard, and the layup falls. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Williams passes to Morris. Back to Williams. And here's Leonard from 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. So that'll be it for the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter saw them lose. And that does it for our...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Seth Curry. He's out there with Luka Doncic. Hardaway is out there with Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And one thing about Beverly, he's not just nasty on defense. He's great at getting the defense to rough him up on the other end, too.
He hits the second from the line. Mavericks leading by 4. Right side Hardaway. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Hardaway has got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset. When Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Beverly. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof. And I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 7.
And, you know, that's one of George's go-to shots. He's a three-point shooter who spaces the floor well.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's Doncic. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. 9 points in the game so far. And, you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
Leonard, no luck.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound. He can't hit that time. Porzingis with the steal. And George gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Trey Burke comes in for Luka Doncic. Burke kicks to Kleber. But Trey knocks down the 3 ball. 6 points for Trey Burke.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Hardaway passes to Burke. From deep, another 3 for Dallas.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call,
You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. Here's Burke. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Morris with the bucket.
And you see the body control. Morris taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Burke kicks to Kleba. Outside Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. Now Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Morris outside. Williams in the posts. Burke covering. Williams can't get it to go.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Taken away by Williams. Here's Jackson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Shamet. No good on the triple. Shamet with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Great open look there. 9 points for Marcus Morris.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game. Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's Dallas up by 2. And we're coming back. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. A 2-point game. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Landry Shamet is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Boy, he's so dangerous in these situations. Doncic just has a good sense for what he needs to do based on the situation.
Williams kicks to Beverly. Outside Leonard. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Dallas leading by 4. Hardaway passes to Finney-Smith. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. 3-pointer right. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Passes to Beverly. Left side, Leonard. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Zubats is checked in for Williams. Zinkas, he's checked in for Dallas.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
George is checked in for Los Angeles. The Mavericks also with a sub. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Wright. Curry against Morris. Curry kicks to Finney-Smith. Right side Porzingis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's George. Another shot and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Left side, Curry. Over to the left wing. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. From deep, George. George missing again. Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Doncic. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight. Beverly for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Stolen by George. By himself. And it's George finishing it off.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in, and the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second.
On the wing, Hardaway, defended by George. Curry can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 3. Lets it go from the wing. Morris. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stolen by Beverly. Poked away. Porzingis with the steal. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
Beverly for 3. Morris kicks to Zubac. And here's Leonard from 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Porzingis passes to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Morris, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
On the wing, Hardaway. Defended by Beverly. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Beverly, the pass to George. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Clippers missing. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Beverly. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Zubac.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
And the Clippers miss again. Outside Hardaway. On its way from Curry for 2. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. A narrow win under Diff. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the
And with that's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. And here's a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Tries again. Millsap. It's rebounded by Leonard. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. A shot by George. Wide open. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Here's George. Count that one.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Murray with it. George picks him up. Shoots the 3. And again, Denver no good.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Denver with the ball. 6-point game. Murray outside. Well, Steve, a great time of the year. A number of teams battling for playoff position. Is home court advantage as important as it used to be, Steve?
Yeah, I think it is. I still think it comes down, if it's a Game 7, which we all want to see, you want it at home. You want to sleep in your bed. You want to be on your court. And I think it gives you advantage always.
Here's Morris following the basket by Paul Millsap. Morris passes to Zubac. Tries it from 9. Over Jokic. Zubac no good.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And Porter, here we go.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Millsap with the steal. Porter dishes to Murray. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Leonard. Averaging about 27 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's versatile. He's prolific. There really isn't much a defense can do once he catches fire.
Craig can't get it to go.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender. Right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Now, here is Morris. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Morris. 9 points last game, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Morris against Jackson. Morris outside. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. You can't get that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
The Clippers in the lead. Jackson down low, covered by Morris. Out to Morris. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Bull. And the 3 off target. Los Angeles leading by 3. Inside. Here's Morris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Grant kicks to Plumlee. Daniels passes to Grant. A beautiful reverse layup.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
So at the end of... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Some people might feel they got some hometown calls, but when your team is pushing the action, you often get the benefit of the doubt.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Plumlee out there with Jeremy Grant. Then there's Bull, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. Shamet the pass to Williams. Now Morris on the wing. Jackson. The pass to Noah. The kick out to Williams. A 3-ball. At the tip. It's good on the putback. Noah's got his first bucket in this one.
Noah's done a nice job on the offensive glass, wreaking havoc for the defense.
Knocked loose. One-on-one here. Here's Shamet. Pass to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Takes the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Shamet's got 6.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there.
And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a score than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you'd like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
And that one's good, Shamet.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Dozier. He kicks it to Bull. Will it go? 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And really, few guys in the league are more unique than Bobo. Has length for days, but needs to add a tremendous amount of strength to guard his natural position.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Nikola Jokic. And talking about Bol, his dad, Manute Bol, was known for his defense. That is not the case for his son.
Well, they're 2 completely different types of players. Bobo's game is about skill. He can handle, he can shoot. And for someone who's 7'2", he's a tremendous playmaker.
And here's Daniels. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. Lock at 6. Murray. And it's sent back by George.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
For the Nuggets, Porter's checked in for Bull. And it's Torrey Craig in for Troy Daniels. Now here's Leonard. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
And it's in there.
The decision-making of Leonard could have hit the roller, but already had the shot he wanted.
And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Craig. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's Millsap with a sensational play.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Especially given the height disadvantage. I love the way he created space for his shot.
Stolen by Zubac. Leonard on the wing. And just over 3.
He went. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Now here's Murray. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
This is what you do when your opponents try to take away the three and the painted area.
The rebound by Noah.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him. Morris is checked in for Denver. 51 seconds left in the first half of the game. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Millsap.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Leonard looking around to the inside. Millsap with the steal. Got a piece of it. And here's Beverley. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Outside Leonard, pass to George. From past the arc. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the... And that does it for our half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Porter kicks to Craig. Trying to find Murray, and he gets it to him. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And so Beverley will bring it up for the Clippers. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making. And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And a switcher also for Denver. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Clippers. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, the Denver Nuggets. They're just sitting one spot down, right on their heels.
And when I look at Denver, they're not an opponent any team wants to see on their schedule. They've been producing all season long. And, guys, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
We figured that by this point in the season, they would have separated themselves from the pack. They've done that and more.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
Leonard with the ball. He's got 11. Shoots. Off the mark, only his second miss in 7 attempts. Grant up top. Leonard with the steal. A three from George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Fires for three. Sinks the triple. George has got 10 points. Steve, the player tracking data is kind of an interesting thing. It's a big part of scouting now. In fact, AI can accumulate that right from the TV feed, which to me is amazing.
It is. I think if it doesn't distract or take away from our game, to have that type of information live and from a player being able to play in a game, I think is helpful for everything, for scouting, for, I would say, health reasons, for guys, conditioning. I love it, as long as it doesn't distract from the game.
That's a good point. Shamet on the wing. 9 points in the game so far. Williams finds Zubats. Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
It's stolen by Morris. Here's Shamet. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Noah's checked in. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Daniels passes to Morris. Here's Dozier. Denver with a new 14. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Williams kicks it to Noah. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game, and he makes that one. And the Clippers lead by 15.
Noah has a good number of moves to choose from inside, really looking comfortable down there.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Now here's Williams. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Good, nice job down low.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Jackson kicks it to Noah. Back to Jackson. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is barely. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
And so here are the Clippers. Denver able to drain the three. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Millsap's running.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his teams.
Here's Dozier. They grab their own miss.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now Noah, back to Jackson. Morris looking over the floor. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's Shamet. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points up at the end of the period. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Craig is the 3 and Millsap the 4. Morris is out there with Murray. And it's Jokic in at the 5 spot. Here's Morris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Attacking the defense with the pass. You don't need to be a hero.
Leonard against Millsap. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And a switcher also for Denver. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Monte Morris. Goes up the baseline. Zubac no good. The Nuggets trail by 11. Craig passes to Murray. That 3 off the mark.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Out to the wing. Here's Beverly, and it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
Wasted no time on that one. 8 points for Marcus Morris. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 13. They double him with George. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Nuggets now. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Morris throws it down.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Stolen by George. And here's Leonard from 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
To the middle. It's tipped. Here's Craig. Can they get it? That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Millsap's got 4 assists in the game. It's George on the wing. And it's Leonard at the elbow. Oh, Morris in position.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. The Nuggets trail by 18. Murray kicks to Craig. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Millsap over Morris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
When it comes to drawing fouls, Millsap's one of the best in the league.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Smitty, every team has its leaders, either official or unofficial. What's expected, in your opinion, out of a team captain?
Well, I think leadership. Also have the same, voice of the coaching staff and organization, and also the voice of winning. I think if you have a leader that can do that, sometimes that leader's vocal, sometimes that leader leads by example, but you usually know who that is. Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
The Nuggets trail by 13. Murray dishes to Porter. Rebound by the Clippers.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
From downtown, Paul George grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, it was amazing the level of chaos he caused. Challenging ball handlers, getting into passing lanes, racking up a number of steals that helped demoralize his opponent.
Williams passes to Mann. Millsap with the steal. Pass to Dozier. Morris against Williams. Lets the three fly. That one doesn't go. And it's the Nuggets ball. It's a 16-point game. Green against Millsap. Good work there as it goes.
Paul Millsap gives you very solid play on both ends, and he knocked down that short jumper.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
George way outside. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Craig, defended by George. That one falls.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
It counts.
Impressive job by the players.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And with pregame routines,
Blazers coach.
The players love him. Thank you, David. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who is the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, you put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
you played with a lot
shout
of them,
out.
though, didn't you?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
3 terrific names. Here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Here is Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And his impact wasn't just on offense. He played great D, blocked 2 shots. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he didn't do in that game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. To the left wing, Beverly, the pass to Leonard. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
McCollum kicks to Collins. 3-pointer, Lillard. Portland, no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And it's Beverly missing. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Jermichael Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here also for Portland. Whiteside's checked in. Simons, he's checked in for Portland. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Noah's checked in. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Outside, George. Noah finds George. Back to Noah. All alone. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint. and 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level. Yeah, Kevin, great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Now here's Williams. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for Portland. Anthony taking his time here. McCollum passes to Whiteside. Anthony dishes to Nurkic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Joakim Noah.
You can't jump at the pump fake. Nurkic is too skilled at getting defenders up in the air.
And both free throws good for Nurkic.
Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. That was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic. His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish him.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Trailblazers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. The first one falls.
You know, if you got game, you got game. And we're starting to see more players come from small schools and go on to become special talents like McCollum. You don't see it too often, but it's definitely starting to happen. Shows you what happens when you put in the work.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Landry Shamet's checked in for Noah. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Shamet. Trent passes to Hazanya. Little kicks to Hazanya. Clock at 6. Nailed from 3-point land.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence. Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Misses the 3. A good close contest so far as we finish the... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Oh, at the defense spinning in circles. Hard to cover all that ground.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Shamet Leonard are on the wings. Jermichael Green is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Here's Lillard, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Lillard with it. Passes to Trent. Fires the 3, and that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. Lillard's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland. Jackson passes to Shamet. Kicks it out to Leonard. That shot misses. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Green finds Leonard. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 8. No good with the triple. Now, here's Shamet. Covered by Lillard. Back to Green. 3-pointer. Portland grabs the miss. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts in Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points and 3-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Now Little. It's Whiteside, top of the key. And Lillard kicks to Whiteside. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two, playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on their offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch. And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just one triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And Portland making a change here, and that one misses. Chris, this is a specialty of yours. Which current bigs are best at finishing contested shots right at the rim?
Oh, well, I'll tell you this, the best big in the league last year, averaging 17 points, scoring in the paint, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
I mean, he'll dunk on anybody, move out the way he finishes. What about Embiid inside? What about Gobert? What about Boogie Cousins? Should I continue? I can keep going because the big man is back, baby.
Here's Simons taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Kicks it out to Lillard. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead. Pass to Zubac. In the corner. Shamet with it. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Green against Collins. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. It's good from long range. And it's 8 points for Reggie Jackson.
Shoot first point guard with a razor-sharp jumper. Jackson, gotta stay up on it.
Simons surveying the D. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Zubac. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Williams in for Jackson. McCollum finds Nurkic. Here's Simons. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Simons has got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Got that one up quick. Morris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Pass to Simons. For the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions.
Morris, no good. Portland leading by 4. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
From 8. That one a little long.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Outside, George. And he hits the jump shot. George has got 6 points.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 13 points and 2 rebounds. What'd you think of? And
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
On the 4 for Portland. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. To the paint, here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open. Well, you think about a franchise player, it's hard to find a better example than Damian Lillard. His play, his presence, Kevin. He's one of the most important players in Blazers franchise history.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Now, this is aggressive. I mean, I like that Collins focused on dunking rather than simply laying it in.
As you were talking about the presence of Lillard, very cool and always composed.
Oh, Kevin, I love Damian Lillard. I mean, he's from Oakland. He has that town toughness. He's got that dog in him. I mean, he speaks softly and carries a big stick.
And the basket by McCollum.
It hasn't taken them any time to find their rhythm in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field already.
On the wing, George launches a three. Good work defensively by Anthony.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Trent. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. Fifth best, the Trailblazers.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Noah. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Williams. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Left side, George. Outside, Leonard. Out to Morris. Launches it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 9 points for Marcus Morris.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Lillard. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Portland leading by 4. Fires for 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
And George, here we go. And here's Morris for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Whiteside. Lillard. And it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got 20 points.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Paul George.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. The pass to Whiteside. Here's Trent. The three-pointer, no good. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him. Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Portland also making some changes. Zach Collins checked in for Mario Hezonja. And it's Simons in for Little.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Collins passes to Lillard. Down low, 4 on the clock. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Anthony's checked in for Portland. Collin comes in for Lillard.
when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a switch here also for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. McCollum passes to Collins. Here's Simons. Buries the long-range jumper. Simons has got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, he can be sneaky good from deep sometimes. I mean, when he gets clean looks, he's got the ability to do some damage out there.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. His first shot coming late. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
McCollum outside. They get it back.
You know, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
And the Clippers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Trailblazers lead by 9. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Got to keep tracking down the ball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 6. Collins dishes to Carmelo. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Passes it to Collins. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his third foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for Williams. Clippers on defense. 7-point differential. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Anthony on the wing. 6 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, and for the game with the Mavericks, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Pass to McCollum. Here's Simons, guarded by Green. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Simons, the pass to Nurkic. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Bucket is good.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Pass to McCollum. Shoots. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Zubac. Count the basket.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Anthony kicks to Nurkic. The feed to McCollum. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Beverly. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Joakim Noah's checked in for Jermichael Green. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Thank you, David. Knocked away. Lillard looking around. And a wide open look for McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got 12 points here in the second half. Here's Beverly. Lillard with the rebound. Lillard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:41 left in the fourth. Lillard against Beverly. 5 to shoot. Lillard, the pass to Anthony. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot, and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Here's Leonard. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. He kicks it to Nurkic. Lillard dishes to Whiteside. Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And the Clippers making a switch here. George is checked in. Here's Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
George against Lillard. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Clock at 6. Stolen by Noah. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with no one around. That ball, nice speed that time from George.
I mean, I don't always like the 3 in the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
Stolen by Noah.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Really taking advantage of every scoring opportunity. They've somehow found a way to make this thing exciting. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Lillard against Leonard. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
A rapper off the court, number 0 from the town, an elite point guard. He has plenty of personality. He's a fun guy to be around.
The 3 from Leonard. And no good that time. And so it's Portland winning this one. They seem to... All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.